Yeah, the reason I wanted to speak to you is that, first of all, the lady said that I booked it at 2, but my solicitor said one was at 12, one was at 2. I'm just wondering what this is all about, because, like, re-interview had us in for like 12 hours last time. Is this voluntary?
It's not really 12 hours.
I'm not saying it's going to be 12 hours. I wouldn't even begin to start guessing how long you're going to hold me, but is this voluntary? Because if it is, I'm not doing it.
Well, yeah, I mean, you're surrendering to custody to be re-interviewed.
No, I'm not surrendering to anything, because I tell you what, it's been going on for months, and every few weeks we get hauled in here, and then it's postponed or it's adjourned or whatever, and like, to be honest, it's eaten into my work time. I'm a deputy leader of a political party. It's eaten into my personal time, which I have a very small amount of anyway. And like, it's just becoming a bit of a circus. So if this isn't voluntary, if you're not going to arrest me, I'm going. I told you, you either arrest me or I'm going, because I'm not voluntarily walking behind them doors anymore.
So you're further arresting you on suspicion of self-injury statement. You don't have to say anything. Don't make harm complaints, just even mention any questions. If you do something, alright, so come in, get your booked in,
Yeah.
and then we go.
Just, saga continues.
Arrested.
Right?
Yeah.
Voluntarily? I don't think so.
Well, I'm arresting you. Further arresting you on suspicion of self-injury. You don't have to say anything. You can't defend you mention any question. Some question.
So I've been arrested again, yes?
Well, as you can see, myself and Paul Goldin have now been released from police custody. Earlier today we were both re-arrested. Now I just want to start by saying thank you to everybody who sent in messages from all around the world giving your support to both of us whilst we were being held. Thank you, we always appreciate those. We were taken in, we were both re-interviewed, and this relates to the issue of the Ramsgate gang rapists. I have to be careful what I say, so does Paul, because this is an ongoing case. So I'm not going to say much more about what happened today, other than we were both re-arrested, re-interviewed, and we've both been re-bailed back to the 20th of September. So the date still remains, we're yet to be charged. What I am going to talk to you guys about is the details around this whole incident, because as you know, these Ramsgate gang rapists were all convicted. There were 4 of them, and they were convicted, each of them, on 4 counts of raping a British child who went into their restaurant to ask for directions. They took her to a flat above the restaurant and they gang raped her. They have all been convicted of that absolutely heinous crime. None of them have yet been sentenced. They're being remanded in custody. One of them was an illegal immigrant who snuck into this country, then snuck back out after he'd raped this child and got brought back from Italy after he tried to scarp her. I mean, these are the details around what went on in Ramsgate. So I'm going to hand over to Paul just to fill you in on what's going on next.
So we've been bailed to come back on the 20th of September. It looks very likely that charges are going to be applied to Jayda and I. We don't know exactly what those charges are going to be. But once again, we see Britain's 2-tier approach to criminal justice. Because if the authorities can pursue Jayda and I with such force and such persistence, then why aren't they doing it to the estimated 23,000 known Islamic extremists in this country? Why aren't they pursuing them with the same level of force and persistence in which they're pursuing 2 political party leaders? Plus there are literally hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of ISIS fighters who've returned to the UK, and we're wasting billions apparently just looking at these people, watching these people with surveillance. Why can't we pursue them with our legal system? Why can't we pursue charges with all of these people? So we see a 2-tier approach to criminal justice in this system. If you're British, you're proud of your country and you're standing up for your people, you will feel the full force of the law. And you will find yourself, I've been sent to prison, we've both been arrested, I've been arrested over 10 times, you've been arrested many, many times. We've had offices raided, we've had house raided. Yet we see tens of thousands of Islamic extremists walking the streets, scot-free, free to preach hate. They could all be done for incitement. You know, people like Chrisoni Henderson and all these other people that we've been dealing with recently could all be done for incitement with what they say on the streets, but they are left alone because they are Muslims. So it's one rule for British people and it's one rule for the Islamic community in this country. There is a two-tier system of criminal justice in this country, not to mention the hundreds of ISIS fighters who have returned to the UK, who have probably been raping and pillaging and killing left, right and centre in Syria. The state conscientiously chooses to leave them alone, but they also choose to pursue Mickey Mouse charges on people like Jayda and I, and other patriots in this country.
Talk about a waste of resources, because if you think about what's happened, even in this case so far, we were ambushed as we were driving down the road when they first took us in, which was in May. We were ambushed by all these units of police officers. It looked like a SWAT team. It was ridiculous. They took us in, they held us for over 12 hours, they interrogated us for hours, they've hauled us back in again and again, they've re-bailed us, we've had to go to court to get bail conditions lifted, they've had us back in today, re-arrested us, re-interviewed. Like, all of these resources are being directed at us because we are patriotic and we are concerned about a British child being gang raped. Yet all of these Islamic extremists are just roaming the streets freely, and God forbid we want to keep our people and our children safe. So I'm just going to wrap up now by saying that this is an ongoing case, and it does relate specifically to an incident in Ramsgate, and for that reason, and because the community in Ramsgate have reached out to us, particularly on this issue, we are holding a public protest, a demonstration, it's a political rally on the 14th of October. It will be in Ramsgate and everyone is invited to join us. We need to stand together because what's happening to our country is not going to stop unless the likes of you and I and Paul and everybody who supports Britain First and gets involved takes to the streets and shows the establishment that we will not allow this country to be taken from us. So I hope that I'll see you 14th of October.
God bless.